at Orgatec 2010 at the Herman Miller booth, which is featuring the new sail chair designed by Yves Bahar. We're here with Mark Sherman. Mark, how has the show gone so far? We're about a day in.
We've had great traffic. I mean, it's always a little bit slower in the mornings, but you can see now we're about an hour into the show and we really start to see the crowds arriving. And it's an interesting mix. It's both the dealer community and then, of course, the A&D.
What's the reaction been so far to the chair?
We've gotten great response. I mean, certainly the price point is something that we've not really competed in before, so many people are excited to see that we're bringing a chair out that has that Herman Miller quality and design sensibility, the ergonomics, but is reaching a different price altogether from what they've known us for.
What's the reaction been to the design as far as the European community? Do you think this is a chair that's going to be accepted kind of worldwide?
Yeah, well, we certainly believe so, and we've gotten that kind of reaction. People are very pleased with the overall aesthetics. The scale works well, the range of color, the features and options that are associated with it. So we seem to be, we feel on a strong track here with the early introduction.
I'm Brett Recor, and I work with Yves Bahar Fuse Project. We've been working with Herman Miller over the last 2 years developing sail. I'm just going to walk you guys through the process. We started the journey inspired by the Golden Gate Bridge, which has a full suspension cabling system to hold the roadway. In this prototype here up front is one of our first prototypes. We worked with engineers at Herman Miller to develop the tension where we have vertical members, Y tower, which we call similar to a bridge tower, and a curved span in the back, which is similar to a roadway of a bridge. And what we did is, by using string, we mimicked some suspension cables holding the roadway. And by using a curved span, we were able to achieve a contour that was optimal for back support. From this string concept, we moved over to where we use the actual material that's in the final chair. And this is a elastomer, and we adhered them together at certain focal points and allowed us to tune in certain areas to achieve more support and less support in different areas. From here, we moved into a later prototype where we actually molded a sheet part and where we cut out different patterns to try to optimize different thicknesses in certain zones. And what we ran into where we started to achieve better support, but we still wanted to optimize even more in the central areas and lumbar. In the sheet over on the floor over here, we have a zone where we actually started to experiment by building up center zone areas where we had thicker sections to provide more support in the central lumbar and mid-back. From here, we experimented with thousands of drawings to not only engineer the support, but to design the support so that it's balanced both visually and ergonomically. From the drawings, we moved into 3D, and we would go back and forth between the two to tune up certain detail areas where the back suspension connects to the main frame and span areas where they join together. And as we evolved that, we moved into more of a realistic final detail of the arm area. And then from there, we moved up to a most recent area of the most recent production part where we have the built-in zones. If we want to move up to the actual chair, I can point out how these finally turned out. In the sail back here, we have a zone where you can see the thicker strands, and then as it goes down, we have some hinge points built in for ergonomic support. We have 2 actual hinge points that are subtle, but very significant in how the back reacts when you sit and load into the chair. And this entire sheet, when it's loaded onto the back, is in over 100 pounds of tension coming down in the center. But even with all that tension, the way we worked and balanced out the geometry, we were able to create these soft edges in the chair, on the edges and on the side edges and top. And this allows for someone who sits in the chair to have more freedom of movement and allow to turn. And everyone knows that sitting in a chair today, it's really important to have that motion. Sitting static is the worst thing for you. Moving, twisting, having that freedom of motion is essential. And that's pretty much the sail development. There's a lot more and how we dematerialize the chair, but we'll have to save that one for next time.